Well, could the tragic death of Laura Cummings have been prevented if the Child and Adult Protective Services system functioned more efficiently? Al Vaughters joins us now to tell us how a local state senator is trying to do just that. Al.
Well, Joe, Western New York's Albany delegation is working together in an effort to prevent the Laura Cummings tragedy from ever happening again. State Senator George Maziarz formally introduced Laura Cummings Law today, which would put more tools in the hands of social service caseworkers to stem the abuse of children and adults. Authorities discovered Laura Cummings' lifeless body in her family's North Collins apartment last January, an apartment they would soon describe as a house of horrors. They would also learn Erie County's Department of Social Services had been notified several times about Laura's abusive mother, Eva Cummings, but didn't intervene, despite a long history of problems when Laura, who was developmentally disabled, and her siblings were children.
Was not even fair, because if they even looked at the records, they would have definitely found a lot of abuse that has been happening throughout the years.
If they had been able to share that information back then?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Now, State Senator George Maziarz has officially submitted a bill called Laura Cummings Law that would require caseworkers from social services to enlist police if necessary when investigating complaints of abuse. He talked to us from Albany via Skype.
Clearly, there was something wrong inside the Cummings house. And because of some of the privacy laws that we have in New York, agencies were not allowed to share information. This legislation would allow them to do that.
Sources have indicated when caseworkers showed up at the Cummings home to check out the complaints, Eva Cummings denied them entrance, which could have exposed the squalid living conditions. The new legislation would allow police to enter and, if necessary, make an arrest.
We're notified by DSS workers that, listen, there is something bad going on inside this house and these people are denying us access. Then you may kick in a law enforcement jurisdiction, which will get inside that house.
The Maziarz bill actually adopts a number of recommendations by Erie County Social Services at a legislative hearing in Buffalo last October.
Allows CPS, Child Protective Services, to be able to share some information with protective services to adults. Up until now, we've been prohibited from sharing information. Those things will now, that situation will be eliminated.
Eva Cummings, Laura's mother, is now serving a life sentence for her murder. Laura's half-brother, Luke Wright, is charged with rape and is set for trial in April. A bill identical to Maziar's measure was also introduced in the state assembly. It's sponsored by Queens Democrat William Scarborough and Buffalo Assemblywoman Crystal Peoples. Al Vaughters, News 4 at 5:30.